right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Showers inch closer to St. Louis. We're tracking when the rain moves into your area and why that could have a big impact on your Friday morning commute.
A child care crisis.
Words cannot express the gut-wrenching sorrow.
A glitch in the system is causing payment delays for child care providers across the state when they are promising a fix. An attempted abduction at a bus stop. Now neighbors are on alert as police continue to search for the suspect.
I've raised my kids out here, and it's just gotten worse.
How a little girl was able to ward off the would-be abductor. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson. Mike Bush has the night off. Tonight, Alton police are looking for the man they say tried to lure a 15-year-old girl into his car at her school bus stop. Thankfully, investigators say the teen's quick thinking prevented the stranger from harming her. 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend has more on her smart move, Robert.
Kelly, police say the girl did everything right to keep the stranger from harming her. Now she pulled out her cell phone and spooked the suspected abductor. Neighbors want off the streets. This is the man Alton police are looking for. They say around 8 Tuesday morning, Michael Roberts of Canton, Illinois, gave a 15-year-old girl a bus stop scare near Fosterburg Road and Moonlight Way in Alton.
They're just trying to go to school. It's kind of sad. It's very sad, and it's scary.
I've never heard of anything like this going on in this area, so it is kind of jarring.
Alton police say the girl's father called them and reported a man tried to lure his daughter into his car. Police quickly responded and collected evidence and identified Roberts as the suspect. Court documents reveal Roberts approached the teen and twice told her to get in his car. But investigators say when the girl quickly pulled out her cell phone and threatened to call police, Roberts sped off. The teen was not harmed.
This is great. This is what we want our girls to do. We want them to have a plan. We want them to know what to do.
I think parents really need to sit down with their kids in order to stay safe. That's what you need to do.
Police say Roberts was last driving a black Dodge Charger. Its Illinois license plate number is EU74699. Prosecutors charged Roberts with felony child abduction. Police believe he may have taken off for his hometown of Canton, Illinois.
I think with there being enough news coverage, putting the guy's face out there, making everybody aware in the community that good chance he'll get caught.
Police believe this was an isolated incident, but say if you know where Roberts is, you are asked to call Alton Police or call 911.
Marcellus Williams remains on death row tonight after a judge denied a motion to vacate his death sentence. Williams was convicted in 1998 in the murder of Leisha Gale, a former reporter for the Post-Dispatch. Last month, he agreed to a plea that would have saved him from the death penalty, but the Attorney General appealed it. And today, a judge ruled there was not enough evidence to prove him innocent. Right now, clemency may be his only option, but there's a roadblock.
Governor Parson hasn't approved any clemencies. It's just something that he stated he will not do. But you know something too, I mean, I know that people who of faith believe in miracles, and our governor says he is a person of faith. So, you know, I know that there are a lot of people across the state who are praying and hoping that he changes that.
Williams attorneys and St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell say they'll continue to work to prevent his death. He is scheduled to be executed on September 24th. Tonight, a woman is suing a Florissant police officer she says copied and shared her nude photos during a traffic stop. According to the lawsuit, the woman unlocked her phone to show the officer her insurance. The officer took the phone back to his car and was back 10 minutes later. 5 months later, the FBI reached out to the woman saying her photos were shared with others by the officer. The Florissant Police Department says the officer is no longer employed there, and there's no indication that any other department members were involved. Tonight, 2 police departments in St. Charles County entered a new partnership. The cities of O'Fallon and St. Charles are coming together to build and operate law enforcement training center. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barteski talked with the top cops about this one-stop shop.
Construction of a brand new $24 million law enforcement training center is already underway in O'Fallon.
What I like about it is this was designed by police officers for police officers. The elected officials has nothing to do with it.
O'Fallon Police Chief Frank Menini says it's not just for their officers. Thursday, they signed the final agreement with the City of St. Charles to run the training center together for law enforcement officials in Missouri and beyond.
There's no magic fence around St. Charles County. Crime's going to go where crime wants to go, and we have to be prepared to do that. And having a training facility like this where we can all be on the same page with consistent training helps us combat that for our residents.
One of the things that's exemplary about St. Charles is O'Fallon, St. Peters, Wentzville, Warrenton, we all work together. We have a sense of community, we have a shared sense of safety, and we have a shared sense of progress.
This 87-acre property might not look like much right now, but it's going to become classrooms, a gun range, and even an entire driving course.
The public expects us to go out there and deliver at a certain level of service, and we can't do that on a video game. So if we can put a real track out there, real weather conditions, real speed, real stoplights, it's a win-win for everybody.
Another unique part is a 200-yard gun range so officers can train for possible school shootings.
So for our officers to be able to train at that distance, have confidence in their equipment, have confidence in themselves to maybe be able to take a shot if they need to in a school shooter situation.
St. Charles Police Chief Ray Junks says a one-stop shop training center is not something they even have access to in Missouri or surrounding states.
Right now, a lot of times you're sending officers out of town. This is going to give us an opportunity with this facility to bring all that in.
Reporting in O'Fallon, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
The gun range will be the first phase to open in the first part of next year. Here's a live look downtown where we are expecting some of the remnants of Francine to arrive in a few hours. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell's here with our weather impact forecast.
Well, all Francine has done so far in St. Louis is thicken the cloud cover. In fact, some of us had a pretty decent sunset tonight with some color in the sky. The rain has stayed to our south as anticipated and mostly on the light side. Now, Cape Girardeau has picked up about 1/4 inch of rain this evening. That was in that heavier band, but it's weakening as it approaches Perryville. And so far in Farmington, it hasn't been measurable in terms of what's been falling. That's the case over most of our southern counties here as what's left of Francine continues to weaken, continues to lose its ability to drag that Gulf moisture farther to the north. But here's our future cast here going into tonight and early tomorrow. We'll zoom in a little bit. Here's where we expect the scattered showers to try to push into St. Louis for tomorrow morning, sometime during the rush hour and towards the end of the rush hour. The question is does that happen before the rush hour or during the rush hour? So from Friday to Sunday, some of us are going to see some badly needed rain, but not everybody's going to get a lot. And the timing of it tomorrow is a big deal. If it comes during the morning rush hour, oil and grease that's on the roads could create some slick conditions because oil and water don't mix. So early tomorrow morning, you want to be checking in with Today in St. Louis as we track that rain exactly where it is. Kelly.
All right, Scott. Tonight, an in-depth look at a crisis that has left child care providers across Missouri in financial turmoil. Senior investigative reporter Paula Fasson has spent months following a statewide IT failure that has upended child care centers. She has the latest on the people caught in the middle.
And what shape do you have?
For 2 decades.
Triangle. Good job.
Mary Crockett Smith has poured her heart into the Christian Academy.
Awesome.
A daycare she owns in North St. Louis County. She's faced many challenges, but nothing like what she's dealing with now.
It breaks my heart. It makes me want to do more, but you can't.
For 9 months, Mary says she has not received what she's owed from the state of Missouri. Nearly all of her students live in poverty. She receives state subsidies to help pay the bills. Not anymore.
It's a debacle. It's chaos. It's insanity that you can do this and not be accountable.
To stay open, she took out a $70,000 loan and drained her savings.
How would you describe the state's reaction to your challenges?
Non-caring, distant.
Mary's story is one of hundreds. Child care providers across Missouri are struggling due to a massive IT failure with a new internal system meant to streamline payments. Launched last December by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, the new system has created bigger problems.
And the fixes are not being made.
Child care providers are saying enough is enough. They've come here to the state capitol demanding answers for why a system-wide technical glitch has caused payment delays for so long.
Words cannot express the gut-wrenching sorrow.
We were there as the state's commissioner, Carla Esslinger, responded to criticism from providers and lawmakers.
It's been a grave failure for our state.
We immediately dove in to determine how to resolve, how to get the system running properly, and how to address the backlog of issues.
Emails obtained by the I-Team show state officials scrambling. In a May email, Department Head Pam Thomas called the process embarrassing. She even wrote, "No one knows what the system is really doing." Yet despite these admissions, problems continued. We reached out to Worldwide Technology, the company behind the new IT system that cost the state about $14 million. A spokesperson tells us they will continue to invest all necessary time and resources to move this important project forward. State officials have promised a fix by next month.
The state completely messed up.
For Mary, patience has run out as she thinks about kids she's turned away. She cannot afford to take them in.
Our children are in danger if they cannot be in safe places.
This isn't just Mary's concern. Missouri is already facing a child care shortage. 68% of counties are considered child care deserts, where the demand far exceeds the supply. The IT nightmare making an already bad situation worse. And as months drag on, Mary is pleading for the state to step up before it's too late.
I love this community. These are wonderful people who deserve a chance.
For now, these empty hooks are haunting reminders, she says, of promises broken and a community in crisis. For the I-Team, Paula Vasan, 5 on your side.
If you have a tip for Paula, leave a voicemail to 314-444-5231. You can also send an email to paula@ksdk.com. All calls and correspondence will be kept confidential.
2 nights ago, Donald Trump and I had our first debate.
I want a rematch. And that's what she said, I want a rematch.
But will they meet again? The chances of another presidential debate. Plus, bringing guns into the classroom. Tonight we verify whether teachers can conceal and carry.
Drought conditions have expanded across the bi-state region over the last couple of weeks. Why the remnants of Francine won't offer much relief for many areas, even though rain chances linger into the weekend.
Tonight, both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are trying to build their campaigns off the momentum of Tuesday's debate. But the odds of seeing another before the November election are less likely. Just hours ago, the former president posted on social media saying, quote, Kamala should focus on what she should have done during the last almost 4-year period. There will be no third debate, end quote. Polls are showing there's little change in Harris-Trump approval following the debate. The former president called the event a major victory for his campaign, despite spreading now debunked conspiracy theories and claiming the moderators were unfair. Tonight at a rally in North Carolina, Harris called for another debate.
I believe we owe it to the voters to have another debate because this election and what is at stake could not be more important.
While another presidential debate is up in the air, we will see their running mates, J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, go head-to-head on October 1st in New York. Since the recent Georgia school shooting, many online have been wondering if teachers could be used as a line of defense in the classroom. Brandon Lewis verifies which states let teachers conceal and carry, and if Missouri and Illinois allow the practice.
After the latest school shooting in Georgia, some people on social are arguing it's time to arm teachers to keep classrooms safe. One verified viewer shared a comment they saw on a Facebook post that claims more than 30 states allow teachers to carry guns in school and asked us if that's true. So let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Concealed Carry Association, the Giffords Law Center, and various state laws. According to our sources, 29 states allow public and private school teachers to carry guns in school. In addition, the U.S. Concealed Carry Association says Arkansas and Oklahoma allow only private school teachers to carry guns. So, yes, more than 30 states do allow teachers to carry guns in schools. But this doesn't mean every teacher in those states is armed. Generally, the law leaves it up to school districts or individual schools to decide whether to allow it. Some states also require special training. In 2023, we found just 3 of Georgia's 180 school districts allowed teachers to carry. And in Texas, Firearm Owners Against Crime reported less than 250 of the more than 1,000 districts allowed armed teachers. with your Verify. I'm Brandon Lewis.
Do you have something you would like us to verify? Send an email to verify@ksdk.com. Tonight, more than 160,000 people are still without power in Louisiana following Francine's landfall. Francine has been downgraded to a tropical storm. At the peak of the storm, more than 450,000 people were without power, and about 500 people took to emergency shelters. While homes, streets, and businesses were hit hard, officials say no major search and rescue missions were needed.
Tough times never last in Louisiana, but we are, I believe, the toughest people on earth. As of right now, have no reports of any storm-related fatalities, and we want to keep it that way.
We've reached out to Missouri Task Force 1, which deployed a team to help emergency crews there. It said since the storm only reached Category 2 strength, local crews were able to handle the situation. Task Force 1 heads back home tomorrow. Let's check back in with Scott again because of the remnants of Francine. Some areas around here will see some rain.
I think most of us will see at least a little bit of rain. The thing is, it's a little bit for a lot of us, whereas just a few of us will end up with decent rainfall amounts. And that's a big deal because we haven't had much rain in certainly this month, but even last month, some of us were missing out on that opportunity. We've had some of those heavier bands, tropical moisture trying to work to the north, but it's moving more west than it is northward at this point. So it's taking its sweet time getting into St. Louis, and it'll be a while longer before it heads our way. The center now of what's left of Francine, and it's transitioning out of a tropical type system altogether, is about 50 miles, 60 miles west of Memphis. There are some 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts here down across northeast Arkansas, and we'll have a bit of a breeze that could get a little gusty at times tomorrow. There's the center of the storm, but again, it's lost a lot of its punch. Going forward and through Sunday morning, the heaviest rain's definitely off to our south and east. And don't marry yourself to these exact numbers, but wanted to give you an idea. Perryville, probably you won't see 4 inches of rain, but that's the kind of system we're dealing with. If you're under one of those bands of heavier rainfall, then the potential's there to see 1 inch, 2 inches, maybe more. But most of us aren't going to get under those bands. So some of us get some badly needed rain. Not all of us, but some of us. First of the month so far, and because we've had this extended period without rain, you have the oil and the grease and the grime on the roads, and the water tends to lift that up when it first starts raining, and that causes a lot of slick conditions. So early tomorrow morning, as this rain tries to push in, our timing on it tries to bring it in here between 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning with scattered showers after that. If we can get a batch that comes through, kind of rinses things off, we'd be okay on the roads. We'll see what happens. So far, not a lot of it's made its way into our area. For tomorrow night, the best chance for showers will be down to the south of St. Louis. We go into Saturday, there's going to be dry time. It's not continuous rain. Temperatures will probably only be around 80, but Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, we'll likely have a few scattered showers and thunderstorms trying to develop around St. Louis, and the same holds true on Sunday. In fact, we'd nudge Sunday a little higher for the rain chance compared with Saturday. 78 right now. No rain today. 83 was the high. That's right on target for this time of year. 60s overnight tonight. Most of us in the mid-60s. Best chances for rain coming in from the south, probably getting into St. Louis right around daybreak. Then tomorrow afternoon, we will be looking at a mostly cloudy sky with just a chance for showers. So cooler for the next couple of days in the 70s, close to 80 by Saturday. And then as we head towards next week, we will dry out again. So if you don't get rain this weekend, and Kelly, I'm afraid a lot of us won't see much, we will be looking at, another prolonged and worst case scenario where the drought just keeps getting worse.
So use it.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, all right, thanks, Scott. Here's Corey Miller with sports.
Well, the Cardinals rookie had a special day with his dad. SLU Soccer had their biggest win of the season, and the new vision for the home of Mizzou football is official. Stick around, sports is up next.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
Although we may be in miracle territory for the Cardinals to reach the postseason now, they're 6 back with 16 to go. It doesn't mean you can't find some fun at the old ballpark, and we did have some today. Sonny Gray flirted with a perfect game for quite a while, taking his perfection into the 6th inning and striking out 9 Reds in the process. The power showed up today too. Mason Wynn absolutely blasted his 13th homer of the year. That gave the Cardinals a 1-run lead. Then Brendan Donovan walloped his 12th home run of the year in a pinch hit fashion to extend that lead in the 7th inning. And then there was Thomas Saggese. The rookie tallied the first 2 hits of his career, the first RBI of his career, and a dynamite defensive highlight up the middle. Cards win 6-1, and Saggese has a debut series finale to remember with his dad in the stands.
It's been fun to watch him, man. He's just a gritty player. He loves the game, and I really have enjoyed watching him.
I'll have to watch that because my dad doesn't get too crazy high or crazy low, so I'll have to look at that. But it's been really nice just to have my family here and calm the nerves a little bit and just be with friends and family, be with the people that I love the most, and it's helped a lot. It's helped calm my nerves a lot.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
Much like the Cardinals, City SC is clinging to its playoff life, but there is no denying the soccer has been more exciting lately. Their next chance comes Saturday against Minnesota at City Park in an essentially must-win match. We talk about the new guys on offense a lot, and for good reason. Hartle, Toyshirt, and Betcher have 11 goals between them since arriving in STL. Now the club's already established scorer, Klaus, is back from injury. And the big man from Brazil has enjoyed the fit with the new players so far on the attacking side of the ball.
They understand each other very well as well. It's players that they don't want to have the ball for a long time, players that they want to play as a team. So, yeah, this helps a lot.
SLU women's soccer in a ranked matchup against number 16 Xavier on the road tonight. Bills were down 20 seconds in, but have no fear. Here comes Audrey Smith with the equalizer. We're tied at 1. Later on, Hannah Sawyer is going to get one past the Musketeer goaltender. That gave SLU the lead. They would go on to win this one 3-2 thanks to a late goal from Emily Gaby. Big early season win for the Bills. 5 on Your Sideline is back tomorrow with a loaded schedule. One of the games will be played off Oakland Avenue. And DeSmet against SLU is always a fun time. The Junior Bills may be without last year's offensive stalwarts of Marco Sansone and Ryan Wingo, but they still have plenty of firepower. Tight end Landon Pace, yes, Orlando's son, is now a senior. Pace is navigating the recruiting process and taking lessons on enjoying the ride from his Hall of Fame dad.
Definitely taking more visits this fall and hopefully having a decision within the next 2 months. Just try to have fun each moment and kind of cherish these bonds, especially the locker room. I know that's one thing he really missed. So, yeah, just cherish these little moments that don't seem like a lot.
Well, these renderings are going to be real come 2026. Today, the University of Missouri Board of Curators unanimously approved the $250 million north end zone improvements for Mizzou football at Memorial Stadium. The completion is expected to coincide with the stadium's 100th anniversary 2 seasons from now. I think I might be getting a few more donation requests for alumni in my mailbox here.
I think you will. Very fancy schmancy, I will say,
awesome
too.
Looking.
Very nice. All right, thanks, Corey. A new spot at City Foundry with some well-traveled recipes. The local barbecue joint serving up international flavors. A new restaurant in City Foundry is serving up classic American barbecue with an international twist. Expat BBQ held its grand opening today. The 3-story concept features 2 outdoor spaces, cocktail bar, and full dining room. Owner and James Beard award-winning chef Gerard Kraft says the new spot showcases American-style barbecue infused with flavors from China, Italy, Brazil, and beyond.
We're kind of forging our own lane in barbecue, you know, so it's a chance to just kind of experience something a little bit different. If you love kind of sticky St. Louis style ribs, we're still going to give you that, just with a slightly different flavor profile.
Well, to round out their grand opening weekend, Expats featuring live music from local artists nightly. And tonight, the city of O'Fallon honored a local Olympian, Brandon Miller. The track star recently competed for Team USA in the Paris Olympic Games. He ran in the men's 800-meter semifinals, but his hopes for gold were dashed when he placed 5th. But he is still a hometown hero. Tonight, the city gave him a special proclamation.
I mean, it means a lot. It's home, you know, whenever you're able to come home and see how many people are supporting you, it just makes you so grateful that you're from the city that you are from.
I watched all the running events at the Olympics, which is not something that I would normally do, but I was so proud. And, you know, when it's that close to home, it just makes you so proud of all of O'Fallon.
Well, this was Miller's first time competing in the Olympics, and I'm sure we will see more of him.
We probably aired the soundbite Frank Cusmano got when Brandon was 8 years old when he said he was going to be an Olympian 100 times during the Olympics.
Yes, and
Great
now
story.
look, I know.
And he's there.
Yeah, he is there.
If you're running early tomorrow morning, there might be a little rain creeping into the area when it first starts. That's when we will have the problems with the slick spots on the roads with that oil and grease, since it hasn't rained much. But it may not start before the morning rush hour in St. Louis tomorrow. Don't expect a whole lot.
All right. Thanks, Scott. And thanks so much for joining us at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.